Download the KOAM News Now app is on iOS and Android.
Right now at 5, coin and stamp collectors from around the 4 states gather at Carthage Memorial Hall for a collectible show.
And we've got ourselves a relatively pleasant start to the day. Clouds will be increasing as we head through the morning. We'll talk about that and some changes on the way, and that forecast gets you out the door coming up.
Plus, it's almost prom season. We take a look at how an area boutique is helping teenagers prepare.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I am Anthony Saviello.
I'm Chris Warner. So it is 5 o'clock. It is a Monday morning.
It's a beautiful morning.
This is the first time I've taken off and people didn't get worried. There are so many times, and you'll figure that out the longer you're here. If you take some time off, and we appreciate it. Don't get me, I'm not saying anything bad. We appreciate it, but it's interesting. You'll see how quickly people get worried. Did you enjoy your
time off?
No, I didn't. I caused severe injury to. I won't show everybody on TV, but take a look.
I'm seeing his hairy leg right
now.
Not
that. Look at that.
Oh, okay. He's got a bruise on his leg.
Fell off a ladder. I'm installing an exhaust fan in my brother's bathroom, and I fell off the. I'm getting too old for this stuff. Apparently,
that's fine.
Don't fall off ladders. That's my best. If you take time off, stay off ladders. And if you've taken time off today or tomorrow, you're going to be able to enjoy it quite nicely. Absolutely. Because it's going to be wonderful,
beautiful,
but breezy. Let's take a quick look outside with our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, and you can see it's a bit breezy out there. Otherwise, not bad. A few clouds here and there, but again, those clouds are going to increase, and this is not going. There we are. This is the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line in Joplin, also looking pretty good as we get the day underway. Temperatures around the region, again, not bad. We've got 38 in Sedan is the cold spot, but otherwise we're in the 40s, even some low to mid 50s out there. Kids getting on the bus, we're looking to be about 47, mostly clear skies, south breeze 5 to 10, and then that wind will pick up later, start gusting to 25, mostly cloudy, but look at that temperature, 77. We're looking at highs, upper 70s today, pushing 80. Winds gusting around 25 miles an hour out of the south, and again, those clouds increase pretty quickly through the morning. Will be mostly cloudy through the afternoon and evening. We've got another really warm and breezy day ahead of us tomorrow, and then we have some significant changes on the way, and we'll talk about all of that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Anthony?
All right, thanks, Chris. Shaping up to be a beautiful day today. Police in Monette, Missouri are searching for 2 men wanted for felony warrants. The Monette Police Department posted the mugshots of Dakota Morgan and Andrew Irwin on social media with the message, "Please share and make them famous." Authorities believe the pair are residing somewhere in Monette. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Monette Police Department. A man is rushed to the hospital after a shed fire in Joplin. It happened around 3:15 Sunday afternoon at the 3100 block of East 12th Street. Authorities say they quickly put out a small grass fire as well as the shed. However, a man was inside the shed at the time and was injured. The man is said to be in critical condition. The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Police in Parsons, Kansas arrest a man for violating the conditions of his sex offender contract. 43-year-old Christopher Thompson has two sexual battery convictions, one in Kansas and one in Oklahoma. He is registered as a sex offender, meaning he can't live near a school. He was arrested Friday at a residence 2 blocks from Lincoln Elementary School. He faces 4 counts of violation of offender registration. If you're ever on the go and want to still be able to watch our newscast live, just download the KOAM Plus app. It's free. It's free. You can get it on the Apple App Store or on Roku TV, Android TV, all those. Just search for KOAM Plus. With prom season just around the corner, many high school students are already preparing. The Boutique Marketplace hosted a prom expo Saturday to help. The local store had vendors and stylists to help teens and parents get ready for the big day. Prom goers could look at corsages, look through dozens of consignment dresses, or get fitted for a tuxedo. The store owner says they hope the prom expo makes the big day less stressful.
So you can get it all taken care of at once. So we have everything lined out for you. We have our stylists that are here to help you pick out your ensemble and make sure that everything is perfect.
The organizer of the expo says prom will be here before you know it. She recommends preparing for the big day sooner rather than later to ensure you find exactly what you're looking for. Hundreds of area collectors gathered in Carthage Saturday for the annual Spring Coin and Stamp Collectibles Show. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on the treasures collectors of all ages hope to find.
At the 32nd Annual Spring Collectibles Show, a penny is more than a penny. Hundreds of collectors and sellers from all around filled the Carthage Memorial Hall to look at a variety of collectibles, such as coins, stamps, and postcards.
We have about 50 tables of vendors and tables, and the coins go anywhere from pennies to silver dollars and stuff like that.
The event, sponsored by the Barton Jasper County Collectors Association, brought in collectors young and old. Gabriel Harris is a passionate collector who started his hobby 2 years ago. He's also just 9 years old.
When I heard about the coin show, I just get excited and I start saving up for it.
The young collector says he likes to look for coins that are old or silver, and he says some caught his eye at the show.
I found some gold coins here, and I found a really old coin that I bought.
Organizer Brad Potter says the show is a great way to come look at a variety of interesting collectibles without paying anything.
You can come to a coin show and see 20 times what they have in a coin shop.
But some collectors like Gabriel hope not too many join the hobby.
No, I don't think so.
Keep all the coins for yourself.
Yeah.
In Carthage, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The next show is scheduled for this summer, July 13th. You can learn more about the Coin and Collectibles Show on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, the Crowder Rough Riders return home for a 4-game series facing Colby Community College. We have the details. Plus, thousands of people flocked to Taiwan on Saturday to release lanterns into the sky. And we have mostly cloudy and windy day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Great Wonders Productions, a non-profit cinematic arts organization.
Not misled.
Well, we're still in the early stages of the college baseball season, here in the 4 states. Crowder Rough Riders returning home for a 4-game series facing Colby Community College for a doubleheader. Crowder versus Colby. We're going to start with Game 1 of the doubleheader. Rough Riders won the first 2 games of the series. First inning, no score. Future Arkansas Razorback Colton Reynolds hits a fly ball to right field, and that baseball finds the wall out there. A run scores, and it's an RBI double. 1-0 Crowder. On the pitching side, how about this guy, Jackson Murray, who was mowing down hitters all afternoon. The lefty goes 6 innings, only gives up 2 hits with 11 strikeouts on the day. In the bottom of the second, 3-0 Crowder. Quentin Borders belts this deep to left field. Left fielder is out of room, and that ball is out of here. It's a 2-run homer. Crowder goes on dominating Game 1. Rough Riders win it 10-0. So in Game 2 of that doubleheader, Crowder continues to stay hot as the Rough Riders sweep Colby. Crowder wins the game 13-3, and they'll be back home next weekend. Missouri Southern Lions baseball team just continues to stay hot. The Lions open up conference play in Hays, Kansas by winning the first 2 games of the series. Now the Lions look to go for the sweep on Sunday. And Southern so dominant all last weekend, but on Sunday, not quite the case. Lions lose to Fort Hays State 5-3. However, Ethan Clark goes 1 for 5 with a double and a pair of RBIs. Southern is back home again this Friday against Newman. Pitt State also on the road last weekend as the Gorillas wrap things up with Washburn in Topeka. Pitt State loses the final game of the series in extra innings. Washburn scored 9 unanswered runs in the final 3 innings of the game. 10-9 the final score. Staying in Topeka, the Pitt State softball team wraps up their final 2 games of the Washburn Invitational. The Gorillas are off to a red-hot start. Pitt State wins the first game 8-0. Then they win the next one 3-0. Pitt State's home opener is scheduled for this Wednesday against Delta State. On a blink of an eye, we're already up and running with MLB spring training, which is well underway. The Kansas City Royals and St. Louis Cardinals start their journey towards opening day. We're going to head to West Palm Beach as the Cardinals visit the Houston Astros. In the first inning, Hunter Brown on the hill for Houston. Check swing, strike 3. Second inning, he gets another swing and miss. Brown goes 2 scoreless innings with 2 strikeouts. To the third inning, no score. Alec Burleson hits it the other way. 1 run comes in to score. Burleson goes 1 for 3 with an RBI. Cardinals win the game 3-0. Out to Tempe, Arizona, Cole Reagans is on the mound for the Royals facing the Angels. First inning, Reagans gets Aaron Hicks on a swing and miss. And 3 batters later, Anthony Rendon can't put the bat on it. Reagans goes 2 shutout innings with 5 strikeouts. Now we're going to fast forward to the bottom of the 9th. Royals lead 1-0. Jorge Ruiz hits a fly ball in the left field corner. Javier Vaz makes a sensational catch for the final out of the game. Check out that replay. Look at that. Royals win the game 1-0. The kid in the Angels hat looks impressed. And some news in the football world. You might remember former Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, who is on the move again. UCLA is hiring Bieniemy on a 2-year deal to become the school's next associate head coach and offensive coordinator. Bieniemy spent 4 seasons with the Chiefs as offensive coordinator and is coming off a year where he only spent 1 season with the Washington Commanders. Still to come, we're going to see why pharmacies are having trouble processing some prescriptions because of a cyber attack. Plus, we're going to take another look at that forecast, talk about some big changes on the horizon when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Nominate your Fort State hero today.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:17 now on this Monday morning. We've got a pretty decent start, chilly for some, but otherwise not bad and above average out there. It's our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin looking pretty good, looking great from the MoDOT camera at 32nd and range line as well. We do have fire weather watches in the far western portion of our viewing area, and unfortunately with these sometimes they're a little vague. It simply says it'll run through Tuesday evening. That is the exact wording. So do be aware of that. Winds are going to be gusty today. They're really going to pick up tomorrow. And so honestly, we again don't encourage burning of any kind anywhere across the 4 states. Today, we'll have those gusty winds occasionally pushing roughly upwards of 25 miles an hour. A brief lull overnight, a very brief lull through the evening and overnight. By tomorrow morning, we're going to start to see more widespread wind gusts on the order of 30 to 40 miles an hour out of the southwest. And these will continue through the majority of our Tuesday and overnight and into the first part of our Wednesday, where winds will still be initially gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour or so as we head into Wednesday afternoon, late morning and early afternoon before they do eventually begin to calm down. So again, no outdoor burning. Seriously, it's dangerous. We've run stories on it. It's incredible to me the number of people I saw doing outdoor burning through the weekend when we had red flag warnings in place. Don't do it. It's not safe. For today, we're going to see the clouds increase. They're going to start to do so through the morning hours, and we're going to go mostly cloudy for the majority of our day. But as you can see with these temperatures well above normal, we have a very mild evening. We'll have a few peaks of moonlight and eventually some sunshine heading into tomorrow with those winds really starting to pick up. And then as we go into late tomorrow, that's when we're going to see some of our changes rolling. Take a look at these highs. Low 80s out there. Then we'll get isolated thunderstorms. Now, we're not anticipating any severe weather. In fact, with the latest updates today, the severe threat has been moved significantly back to our east. It doesn't include anywhere even near us at this point. But a stray strong storm may be possible out there with some gusty winds. But look at what this front does. Winds shift out of the north. Take a look. Near 70 in Bentonville, 43 in Yates Center, and yes, that is some snow shower activity as we go through the late evening and overnight hours and very early on our Wednesday. And now look at these temperatures. The 20s, upper 20s, low to mid 30s. And while this is close to average, we are talking a 40 to 60 degree drop in temperatures when that front rolls through tomorrow evening across the area. So as you can see, this light green color is not on this list because this light green is for general thunderstorms. So we're not anticipating any severe thunderstorms. We're really not anticipating any strong storms, but there may be a stray one or two with some gusty winds out there as we head into tomorrow. Right now, that's a spider web. Okay. It is 53 in Joplin. Feels like that. South breeze at 13 miles an hour. We've got mostly clear skies out there to start our day. A little cooler out west. 39 Sedan is the cold spot. Otherwise, 40s across southeast Kansas. And as you head a little further east, we get the upper 40s and even some low 50s. We're going to rise rapidly with our temperatures through the morning. Upper 60s, mostly cloudy, breezy by 11. Highs today, right around 80 degrees, upper 70s pushing close to 80. And if that's not warm enough for you, tomorrow, even warmer. A very mild evening. Again, here's where we're going to have a brief pause in some of those gusty winds before they pick up again overnight. And we'll go back into the upper 50s, low 60s. We're going to go low 80s again tomorrow, then down to 28 for the low, 42 on Wednesday. But then we warm back up again as we head into the weekend and next week with some additional storm chances as we head into the start of next week. So get ready for a massive change in temperatures and a very big roller coaster ride. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with Health Watch right after this.
Ram Truck Month at Shields and Chanute. Great deal.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Topping Health Watch this morning, pharmacies across the country are having trouble processing some prescriptions because of a cyber attack. United Health disclosed the cyber attack in a regulatory filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission Thursday. The company says the cyber attack was against its Change Healthcare business. It's processed insurance prescriptions for tens of thousands of pharmacies nationwide. United Health says it became aware of the cyber attack Wednesday and expected it to last through at least Thursday. The company said it has isolated the attack and is working to restore its system. Law enforcement has been notified. Listen up! The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued a warning about the risk of using smartwatches and smart rings to measure your blood sugar. It overclaims that products measure levels without piercing the skin. The FDA says it has not authorized or approved the devices intended to measure blood glucose levels on their own. The agency warns the use of smartwatches and smart rings can lead to inaccurate measurements and errors in diabetes management, which can be life-threatening. The FDA did not name specific brands, but said the sellers of those unauthorized devices advertise using non-invasive techniques. Lastly, the agency advises healthcare providers to discuss the risk with their patients and help them choose an appropriate authorized device for their needs. The fallout from an Alabama Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos are children and those who destroy them can be held liable for wrongful death continues. The state's attorney general said he had no intention of prosecuting IVF families or providers, but many doctors and people who hope to become parents through IVF have questions and concerns. Jen Sullivan looks at the impact the court's ruling is having on the state and what lawmakers are now doing to protect IVF treatment.
In Alabama, 3 of the state's 5 fertility clinics have halted or will halt certain in vitro fertilization treatments over concerns their personnel could be at risk. This comes a week after a controversial decision by the state Supreme Court. The court ruling that frozen embryos are children and those who destroy them can be held liable for wrongful death. The decision leaving families undergoing fertility treatment scrambling for answers.
To now be told that there are even fewer options available is heartbreaking.
Rebecca Matthews is the mother to 2 children born through IVF.
I started to really worry about what our options were with our remaining frozen embryo going forward.
IVF is when an egg is removed from a woman's body and combined with sperm inside a laboratory before being implanted. It's a multi-stage treatment that can cost thousands of dollars. Some fertility doctors in Alabama say the court's ruling hurts patients.
This ruling makes it impossible for me to offer IVF. This means that my patients won't be able to access the best fertility care.
Alabama lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are working to immediately pass legislation to protect IVF.
As lawmakers, we focus on solving the problem immediately, so that family has an appointment on March 11th will be able to go through with this process.
House Democrats introduced a bill that would establish fertilized human eggs stored outside a uterus aren't considered human beings under state law. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Alabama Senate Republicans are also expected to file legislation to protect IVF, but the timing is unclear. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching KOAM Morning News.
And we've got ourselves a very warm day today. Tomorrow, breezy as well. We'll have another look at your forecast when we come back.
Match. The application window is now open for funds from Hero Fund USA. Visit KOAMNewsNow.com/HeroFund for the application and guidelines.
Right now at 5:30, area fathers and daughters saddle up for a date night at the Joplin History and Mineral Museum.
And we've got ourselves a relatively pleasant start to the day. Clouds will be increasing as we head through the morning, so will the winds. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, couples celebrate Valentine's Day with a bowling tournament at Grace Lanes.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:31. I'm Anthony Saviello.
I'm Chris Warner. So here we are. It's a Monday morning. I hope everyone
Feels
had a
like
good weekend.
I smoked beef. Like in a smoker, Chris, in a smoker.
You said it came out pretty well, but you only did it for like 4 hours. Is there like an actual time frame?
So my mother, who's a pro,
okay,
she's a pro, recommends anything 6, like above 6 hours is usually what it recommends. It makes the meat nice and tender.
But you managed to get it in under 4, well, about 4, and it still came out
so
all right.
It was okay. You know, the rub worked out really nice. It tasted great, but if I could have left it in longer, I would have.
I understand. So, but hey, at least you folks at home know, maybe you can occasionally get away with shortening that time.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Occasionally.
Yep.
Today's a great day to be outdoors. However, don't recommend barbecuing or anything outdoors because the fire danger is going to be relatively high. Let's take a quick look outside. It's all right now. We got a cool start out there, but above normal for sure. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line looking pretty good. Here's a look at those temperatures through the morning so far. Sedan has been the cold spot at 39, but everybody else in the low mid 40s out in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, and we've got upper 40s, even some low 50s as you head into southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas. Now right now the winds are relatively all right. They're going to be out of the south around 5 to 10 when kids get on the bus, mostly clear, and 47. And when that bus brings them back home, those winds start picking up out of the south, gusting to 25. And we're going to be mostly cloudy, but look at that temperature, 77 degrees. We are looking at highs today, upper 70s to right around 80 out there. It'll be breezy again out of the south, gusting to 25. The clouds will increase rather quickly through the morning as they roll in, and then we'll be spending the rest of our day mostly cloudy as well as the evening hours out there. We do have some significant changes in our forecast coming up. We'll talk about all of that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Anthony?
All right, thanks, Chris. Local fathers and daughters got all dressed up for Saturday for a daddy-daughter date night. The Joplin History and Mineral Museum and Joplin Parks and Recreation hosted the event. Attendees were able to saddle up in their favorite cowboy and cowgirl attire while playing a variety of games. Organizers say the events give parents a chance to create memories with their children.
My favorite part about the event is seeing the little girls out here dancing and singing along to the music and having fun, and the dads out here also dancing with the girls and really connecting.
Night is a two-day event and wrapped up Saturday evening at 8. Some four-staters enjoyed the warm weather with a paintball tournament. The Paintball Ridge event included multiple game modes and mini games with participants playing on either team Cowboy or Team Alien. Prizes were given to the best event-related costume.
It's really more about the fun, the family, the friendship, because there's a bunch of random people out here have no idea who each other are. They're talking to each other, making friends, coming out here, trying to schedule more stuff so they can, get active and have a lot of fun with their friends and make new acquaintances.
Cowboys versus Aliens. I love that movie. Each player received 2 bags of paint and lunch. Right on. Couples around the 4 states Sunday celebrated Valentine's Day with a bowling tournament at Grace Lanes in Carthage. Those in attendance were able to trade in Cupid's bow for Cupid's bowling ball as they competed in high games, high series, and a couples quiz for cash prizes. Kids in Pittsburgh Saturday had the chance to learn more about the Chinese culture. The group Fun with Foreign Languages demonstrated how to make dumplings and craft fruit dragons as part of its Lantern Festival. Fun with Foreign Languages was founded 2 years ago as a way to teach children about different cultures.
As a parent, we've done this club for 2 years now, and my boys have really learned a lot. It's definitely been building relationships and learning, so it's been great for our family.
The event was held at First Christian Church in Pittsburgh from 10 to 11 a.m. A Fort Scott woman celebrated her birthday Saturday, but it's not just any birthday, it's her 100th birthday. Birthday girl Natalie Comstock celebrated the big day surrounded by 5 generations of family members. We asked Natalie to share with us a piece of advice for younger generations and what her secret is to living a long life.
My secret? I don't know. Just being, I guess my secret is being a good person. To be good people and to be good neighbors and be good friends.
Natalie's brother and sister also made it past the 100-year mark. Happy birthday, Natalie. Area racers hit the track again Sunday at Mocan Dragway as part of its Sunday Fun Drags. Attendees were able to participate in some runs and test and tune their cars. Officials say the event gave the community the opportunity to enjoy the weather and shake off those winter blues.
I am, believe it or not, I've drag raced for the last 55 years. This is my retirement car here. I've drove dragsters out here and all over the United States. It's just great to be an American and get to enjoy this sport.
Races began Sunday at 1 p.m. and wrapped up at 5. Chris, we're going to have to go do some drag racing. That's a look at our top stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. SpaceX launches a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Sunday, transporting 24 Starlink satellites into orbit. Plus, envoys working to negotiate a break in the fighting between Israel and Hamas. Optimistic after a Friday meeting in Paris. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
Injury.com and the law offices of Aaron Sachs and Associates, committed to community service.
Topping World Watch, thousands of people flocked to New Taipei, Taiwan on Saturday to release lanterns into the sky. In what's become an annual ritual, they inscribe their wishes on the lanterns with sentiments ranging from good health to business will grow and get better. One 26-year-old writer from Malaysia wrote she wanted her book to end up on the New York Times bestseller list. In the past few decades, the Lantern Festival of New Taipei has become the international tourist attraction. The colorful event takes place 15 days after the Chinese New Year. In Taiwan, historically, lanterns were used in military communications, along with beacon towers to pass information among troops over long distances. SpaceX launches a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral on Sunday, transporting 24 Starlink satellites into orbit. Starlink is a constellation of satellites that provides internet service to more than 70 countries. The company, founded by Elon Musk 22 years ago, has been launching Starlink satellites into orbit for almost 5 years. Ukraine's president gives a grim update on the number of troops killed in his country's war against Russia. Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky says about 31,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed since Russia launched its invasion in February of 2022. Zelensky says his figures are, quote, not 300,000, not 150,000 that Putin lied about. Zelensky also says tens of thousands of civilians have been killed, but numbers can't be known until the war ends. U.S. intelligence reports have put Russian troops killed or wounded at about 315,000 troops. Envoys working to negotiate a break in the fighting between Israel and Hamas are optimistic after a Friday meeting in Paris. The two sides are still far apart on key issues as the Israeli military closes in on Hamas's last major stronghold in Gaza. Correspondent Trey Yinkst has the latest.
Efforts toward a ceasefire in Gaza reportedly gaining momentum. A Friday meeting between U.S., Qatari, and Egyptian mediators laid out a more detailed groundwork for a release of Israeli hostages in exchange for a pause in the fighting. This as the Israeli military has shifted its focus to Rafah, a city in the southern part of the Gaza Strip near the border with Egypt, where an estimated 1.5 million Palestinians have sought refuge. Netanyahu says even if a ceasefire agreement is reached, the IDF intends to continue with its plans for a ground operation in the south.
We've already destroyed 18 out of the 24 Hamas terrorist battalions, and 4 of them are concentrated in Rafah. We can't leave the last Hamas stronghold without taking care of it. Obviously, we have to do it.
Meanwhile, the situation there is growing increasingly desperate. People have turned to eating weeds to avoid starvation, with humanitarian aid largely stalled. Babies in the NICU unit forced to share incubators, sometimes 3 to 4 infants at a time, increasing the spread of disease. The U.S. is urging Israel to show restraint.
We do not believe that an operation, a major military operation, should proceed in Rafah unless there is a clear and executable plan to protect those civilians, to get them to safety, and to feed, clothe, and house them. And we have not seen a plan like that.
Netanyahu releasing a proposal Friday for the Israeli military to occupy Gaza indefinitely, even after the war is over. That plan roundly rejected by the Palestinians and other Arab nations. That plan is also at odds with the American desire for a two-state solution and Palestinian control of Gaza.
That's a look at some of the biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point.
Next, Judge Judy. Weekdays at 4 on KOAM TV.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:46 now on this Monday morning, and we've got a relatively nice start out there ahead of some very significant changes in our forecast. Quick look outside, our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, bit breezy. Nothing like what we're going to see later today or even heading into tomorrow. So again, we do not encourage outdoor burning of any kind over the next 48, maybe even 72 hours across the area. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line looks pretty good so far. And here's one of the reasons why. We do have a fire weather watch for our far western counties, and this runs now through Tuesday evening. So again, especially heading into tomorrow, no outdoor burning. Even if you're not under a weather advisory related to fire weather, We do not encourage it whatsoever. And here's why. Today, wind gusts are going to be up there out of the south, pushing 25 miles an hour in most cases. And we'll see some of us lull back a little bit through the evening before the overnight hours kick in. We see the winds increasing. As we head into our Tuesday, we're looking at wind gusts more widespread in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range. As we head through our Tuesday, they calm down into the 20 to 30 mile an hour range through the night Wednesday and into the first half of Wednesday. It won't be until Wednesday afternoon that those winds will begin to calm down. Then we've got, and this is not, it's the 4 states, it happens. We've got a 60-degree temperature drop that's going to happen as we go into tomorrow evening across the area. So let's talk today. Real quick, clouds will increase. We're going to go mostly cloudy out there. However, temperatures increasing nicely as well. We're talking upper 70s, near 80 degrees. Temperatures well above average overnight tonight. Still mostly cloudy, still breezy. Upper 50s and lower 60s. Tomorrow, even warmer. May even get some breaks in the clouds here and there, but we're going to go upper 70s again and a lot more low 80s across the region. And then we head into the evening, and we're going to see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms across the area initially, but take a look. Here you can see very clearly that frontal boundary. Strong winds back behind it out of the north, strong winds out ahead of it to the south. However, despite how everything's playing out, the severe risk has been pushed well to our east. Way to our east as we head into our Tuesday. So that's some good news, but it doesn't change the fact that we're going to see some sharp temperature changes. And yes, on some of the future track, those are snow showers. Take a look at this. 69 in Bentonville by 11 tomorrow night, 43 in Yates Center, and it will get colder yet. And we could still see a few stray snow showers as we go overnight Wednesday into the very early hours. So again, in terms of that severe threat, it's been removed. We have this light green is general thunderstorms, and that's the expectation as we head into tomorrow evening for some of us out there. Otherwise, the severe risk once again is gone. Right now, though, 53 in Joplin, south breeze at 13, and around the region, again, Sedan's been the cold spot this morning at 39. The rest of us to the west, the low to mid 40s, the further east, upper 40s and near 50 degrees. For today, again, looking at those highs, upper 70s pushing close to 80, low 80s tomorrow. Thunderstorms roll in down to the 20s overnight. So there's that 60-degree drop almost. Low 40s Wednesday, so cold, but take a look. It only takes a couple of days. We start warming right back up as we head into this upcoming weekend, and we're watching for additional thunderstorm chances as we head into Sunday and Monday of next week. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
It's easy to stay safe online. Learn more at CISA.gov/secure-our-world.
Hi, I'm Josh Whitman. Learn more at KOAMnewsnow.com/HeroFund.
A group of children battling cancer got a Disney-sized treat last week, a behind-the-scenes look at Disney on Ice. The kids got a chance to meet their favorite characters and see the magic on ice. Kiki Vinsel has the story.
The magic of Disney spreading big smiles on the faces of children battling cancer. Patients from the Jimmy Fund Clinic at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and their siblings made their way down the red carpet at TD Garden, dressed as their favorite Disney characters.
The Beast. The Beast from Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
These VIP guests got a special invitation to Disney on Ice's production, Magic in the Stars.
If we're home all the time like we typically are, then we're watching Disney movies on repeat. So this means meeting her favorite people.
The night all about having fun for these young patients who've been facing a tough battle.
It's just a nice little break from treatment. You know, the Dana-Farber, the Jimmy Fund do things like this often for us, and it's nice for the kids to kind of forget about treatment.
Performers say the kids' stories will inspire them out on the ice.
We always have so many kids who are excited to see the show, but to meet with them beforehand has been even better.
And the best part for some, a visit with Minnie Mouse.
Skylar loves Minnie, so it was so good that we get a chance to meet her. Ooh, should we see what's in there?
All to forget about the real world for a while.
We're just happy to be here today and enjoying life despite the craziness.
Nothing like getting to meet your favorite characters. Disney characters on ice have more shows scheduled in upcoming dates in the U.S. and Canada. So be on the lookout if you want to take your kids. We'll be right back.
Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Gen Zs are taking part in book clubs, but it's not your mama's book club. Gone are the days of meeting up in someone's living room, snacking on cheese and discussing the book. Gen Zs gather at restaurants, dating events, breweries, and on group runs. They use the club as a way to socialize, which is why book club event listings grew 24% last year. That's according to ticketing platform Eventbrite. Even Gen Z favorite Dua Lipa has a book club, often recommending books to fans. A driving force behind the book club's popularity, social media. It's been helping lead younger readers to new genres and in-person communities built around reading. Hashtag Book Talk has TikTok's most popular community, outpacing hashtag Car Talk and Movie Talk. I need to get started on reading more. A popular museum in London is looking for one Swiftie superfan to be in their museum advisor era. London's Victoria and Albert Museum is looking for the ultimate Taylor Swift fan who knows the pop star and fan base like the back of their hand. The museum says that the role is designed to help curators learn more about their collections, as well as current cultural trends that could help them better understand the future of museum collecting. The role is part-time and comes with competitive compensation and incentives. My wife would be perfect for this job. Those interested in applying can do so through the museum's website under current vacancies. Chris Warner, our resident Swiftie, I think would also be pretty good for this job as well.
I don't know that I qualify as a Swiftie. I enjoy Taylor Swift music, and I know people at home are going, oh my God, what an idiot. And then there are some of you going, wow, okay, cool. I enjoy her music. I mean, she's a year younger than I am, okay? So it's the same thing. But it does concern me that her music is now, like, this is being discussed in a museum. It's like turning on the oldie station and hearing music from the 90s. It's not cool, man. It's not cool at all. And you know what else isn't cool? Our weather. It's going to be warm. Upper 60s by late morning, mostly cloudy skies, winds gusting out of the south upwards of 20 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour. Upper 70s near 80 today and still breezy, mostly cloudy through the evening and overnight, staying breezy, and we'll go back down to 60. Low 80s tomorrow, evening thunderstorms with a cold front dropping us 60 degrees into the 20s. A light wintry mix Wednesday, low 40s, but it doesn't last long. We warm back up heading into the weekend. That's a quick check of your forecast. We'll have another hour of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
We offer pre-arrangement funeral plans at Bath Naylor and Frisco Funeral Home. Call us today.
Okay, guys.